So here's Vortex, here's Autobot Whirl, and here is Tailpipe. And it's, you know, they're all about the same height, but they all got their own real distinct look to them. It's really nice. Let me get these guys cleared out. Alright, so I've got Reverb here, we've got Whirl here, and we've got Tailpipe. And again, they're all about the same size, but it's cool how they got such a variety of vehicles in this scale. It's really cool. Let me get these guys cleared out. Alright, so here we have Demona and Talog next to each other, and I'm just going to call him as I've been calling him. He's my Goliath. And you can see that they look really good next to each other, and yes, his hand is exactly where you think it is. And look at their incredible wingspan next to each other. I just cannot get over the gigantic wingspan. So I've got Transmetal 2 Blackrachnia. We've got Beast Machines Blackrachnia. We've got Animated Blackrachnia. We've got Prime Arachnid. I know she's not a spider, but we're sticking her in here. We've got Kingdom Wars Blackrachnia. And here is the McDonald's Machine Wars Blackrachnia. It's a big spider with a big booty. I mean, yeah. All right, so let me bring in the Transmetal 2 Blackrachnia. Let me bring in the Beast Machines Cybertronian Spider Blackrachnia and the McDonald's Happy Meal toy version as well. Okay, this is Deary, please. It's like a misbehaving child. Let me bring over here Animated Blackrachnia. I want to bring over Prime Arachnia. And here is Beast Wars, Kingdom Wars Blackrachnia. And yeah, Arachnia isn't, you know, she's not a Blackrachnia, so let me go ahead and pull her off to the side so you can get the other ones. The other ones are basically the same character, and it's nice to see the different variations on Slender Spider-Woman Seductress from the screen-accurate Beast Wars version. And they're all very screen-accurate, actually, but, you know, to the original Beast Wars version, where, you know, she's got relatively normal proportions, to the giant-shouldered one, to the really linky anime proportions, and then the blocky anime proportions. You know, it's still a really good character across the board. So let's get back to whoever turns it is. Okay, so let's bring in the original Windblade. Then let's bring in the RID 2015 Windblade. Here is the little action gimmick version. Come on. Here is the Titan's Return Windblade. And then the more recent Legacy version of Windblade. And they're all nice in their own ways. And they all do their own different, unique takes on the character. Oh, we should move these around a little bit more. My favorite, personally, is the original 30th anniversary one from 2014. But I will wholeheartedly admit, the better ones would be either the Titan Return version or the Legacy version. They are just a lot more stable in their vehicle mode and their robot mode, and their transformation is a lot easier to deal with than the original one. And if you can get all of them, get all of them. But you can only get one, get the Legacy one. This is a good one here. Alright, so let's get back into it. Okay, so we've got the original 30th anniversary Windblade. We've got the RID Windblade. We've got the weird gimmick Windblade. Come on. We've got the Titan's Return Windblade. And then we've got the Legacy Windblade. And yeah, they all do their own little thing with the idea of VTOL lift helicopters. We got the stealthy, kind of trying to be realistic version with the 30th anniversary one. And then we've got the cartoonish animated style of the RID. Then we got the dive into full-on Galaga, Gladius, whatever, Japanese sci-fi shooter version with the Titan Return one. And then we've got the Legacy one that kind of mixes everything together. It's got a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of realistic, and, you know, so on and so forth. They're all great. If you can get one of each, get one of each. Even the little silly gimmick one is fun to mess around with the little shootout blades. Oh, we need to get that on camera. We need to get that on camera proper. See, there we go. That is just cool looking, right? See? Oh, and it just... If you can only afford to get one, get the Legacy one. It's actually also really interesting to see what they did with the original one. They stored the sword underneath. With the RID one, they leaned into it and actually put a landing platform underneath it. Yeah, they're going to land on the sword. The Titan Return one, they just split the sword in half and now it's mounted weaponry. And then on the Legacy one, no, it's a flame blast. It's a flame blast. My favorite will always be the 30th anniversary one. I like this one. But really, the best two would be either the Legacy or the Titan Return one. So let me get this back rolling again. And let me bring in my 30th anniversary Cosmos and UFO, I want to say. And I like that I'm able to have my own little fleet squadron of alien UFO spacecraft. I want to get more. I know there's other third-party UFO guys out there, and I would love to try them out sometime. Let me bring in UFO. Oh, his hips are absolutely shazbot. Yeah, so the Legacy Cosmos is still pretty good size compared to the other Cosmoses that we've got in the past. Okay, so I'm going to bring these in no particular order. Here is the Extremis Perfect Ironman armor. Here is the AI Ghost armor Ironman. Here is a War Machine Ironman suit. Here is the Pepper Potts Rescue suit. Here is my Hulkbuster Marvel MCU suit. And then here is the original Iron Man suit. And that is all the Iron Man that I particularly have. And I think there's actually a couple that I have that are put away, like the zombie Iron Man. Yeah, that's not on here. So let me get back to whoever I'm talking about. Alright, so let me bring in all my various Bumblebees in no exact order. But here is Transformers Prime RID Bumblebee / Hotshot. Here is the Beast Hunters mold. Here is the 30th anniversary Goldbug More Than Meets the Eye. Here is the Scout Target Master one. Here is, I want to say, Last Night World War II Bumblebee. Here is War for Cybertron Cliff Jumper variant of Bumblebee. Here is Legacy Animated Bumblebee. Here is Cybertronian Bumblebee. Here is Gamer Edition Bumblebee. And then here is Transformers the Movie Bumblebee. He He's pretty small. He's still really small. There he is, next to War for Cybertron. And then here he is with the Generations Thrilling 30. He's like half the size. Okay, let me get this cleared up and get back to whoever I'm talking about. Okay, so let's bring in all the Bumblebees in no exact order. I know they're gonna be a little out of order, but here we have Beast Hunters Bumblebee and RID Bumblebee Hotshot. I've got the 30th Thrilling 30 Bumblebee. I've got the Target Master Bumblebee. I've got the Siege of Cybertron Cliff Jumper. The Cybertronian Bumblebee. We've got movie Bumblebee from last night, I want to say. I've got Legacy animated Bumblebee. We've got Gamer Edition Bumblebee, and then I've got 84 movie Bumblebee. And yeah, my God, Bees is good. He's so small. He's so small. Seriously. This one was like $10. This guy was like $25, $30. Yeah, that looks about right. Wow, they transform drastically differently. Okay, let me get back to whoever's turn this is. Alright, so here are all the Magnus I have now. This is the Legion scale Cyberplanet Key Magnus. This is the video game Siege of Cybertron Magnus. Here is Transformers Prime Magnus. Here is Combiner Wars Magnus. And here is Siege of Cybertron Magnus. We'll go ahead and get the three smaller ones out of the way and compare the two biggest ones. So the Kingdom, the War, the Combiner War one is noticeably longer just because the sake of extending out the trailer. If you push this in, they're probably the same size, and it's noticeably taller, and it might be noticeably wider, but the Combiner War 1 is pretty much hollow. The Combiner War 1 can carry the other Magnus Eye. Okay, well, let me go ahead and bring back in whoever's turn this is. Alright, so let me bring in the Cyberplanet Key UltraMagnus. Let me bring in War for Cybertron Siege Magnus. Let's get you standing as tall as possible, please. Reasoning. Let's bring in the Transformers Prime Magnus. These are going to be a little out of order, okay? This is War for Cybertron Siege UltraMagnus. And then here is Combiner Wars UltraMagnus. He's off the camera. He's noticeably, even at the head, he's at least half an inch taller than the Siege Magnus. I had to push Siege Magnus's feet together. Let's bring your hammer down. The hammer down! Put the hammer down! Combiner War Magnus is huge. That's just great. So here we have Energon Bulkhead and Energon Landmine in their vehicle modes. They are quite large, and they actually do look pretty good next to each other. So here we got Bulkhead and Landmine in their robot modes, and here are their weapons platform buddy things. And here we have both Landmine and Bulkhead with their super armor gear attached. As with the other modes, they do look good together. And you can see that in in Titan Return, Alpha Trion was he was a little hench. He was built. And then here we have the Librarian Alpha Trion. So here is Age of Prime's Alpha Trion next to Titan Return Alpha Trion. And I'm actually surprised at how much bigger Titan Return Alpha Trion is, both in length and in thickness. Like, he's definitely big. And, yes, I know. Because somebody's going to want to see Giant Space Lion next to Giant Spaceship. There is Alpha Trion Lion mode next to Alpha Trion Spaceship mode. And, yeah, he's definitely bigger. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and show off all the Seekers in no particular order, but here is my Generations Thrust. Here is my Generations Armada Starscream. I do intend on getting the Legacy version. I think this guy was called Blitzwing, but to me, he is a Starscream. We've got the, War for Cybertron, Starscream. We've got the Legacy, War for Cybertron, Starscream. Was this War for Cybertron, or what was this guy from? He's another Seeker. We have Emperor Starscream here. I'm going to call this guy Skywarp. I don't think he's called Skywarp officially, but to me, he's my Skywarp. And then here is Transformers 1 Starscream. It is interesting to see the variations on the Seeker/Starscream style, and they usually all try and keep it with the same idea of the cockpit as the chest, and then the wings hanging off the back. So there is a design language. Let me get these guys out of the way. Alright, let's bring in my Seekers in no particular order, but first I want to, here we go, my Generations Thrust. Here is War for Cybertron. Here is the War for Cybertron remake. Here's Siege of Cybertron Skywarp. Here's the Generations Armada. Here's a Blue Jet. Here's the Bumblebee movie guy. Here's the Transformers 1. And here's the King Starscream. It's nice how Starscream is either some type of human-based F-16 jet fighter, or he's got the cool, weird Tetra jet thing going on. You know, like the War for Cybertron one. The most unique Starscream has got to be the Armada one. So let me clear these guys out.